You want to have this hairstyle, you like the length, but you want to slick it back off of your face, which is somewhat of a trending hairstyle that I've been seeing a lot over the last year or so. All right, so I'm going to help you understand what you need to do in order to slick all of this hair back. First thing is I would suggest starting on, damp hair. So this hair is fully dry. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mist this down with some water. It's always best, I think, for this type of look to have the hair just slightly damp. I wouldn't say soaking wet, but I would say slightly damp. After you wash your hair, lightly towel dry it and blot it and get all that excess water out, all right? So this just makes the hair a little bit easier to navigate through and work with, because if it's so dry, then sometimes it may be difficult. This is probably the best thing and the second key essential you need when doing this, and this is my 25 spray. This is my second best-selling product. This has been around for many years. Imagine this being like a multivitamin for your hair. It's essential. If you have dry hair, damaged hair, doesn't matter male or female, your hair just looks like crap, it feels like crap. You need something you can spray in every time you wash your hair as a leave-in treatment. It's got 25 benefits. This is your key. And there also another great benefit, which is one of my favorites, is that it detangles. So I'm going to spray this on the hair. You don't need like a ton of it because it's a kind of a more liquid, creamy liquid consistency. Make sure you shake it up pretty well and press firmly when you spray it out with the nozzle. The next thing is I'm using my anti-static vent brush. Now this is also going to help get rid of those knots, and it's also going to help distribute the product evenly from scalp to ends. That's what you want to do, is you really want to get this product worked in nicely. And what this is going to do is going to provide a lot of protection from the hair, UV protection. It's got really, really good benefits and ingredients that just really are good for the hair. So once you have this in your hair, you've got no more knots. It's then time to choose the product of choice. Now, I have a few different options for this one. If you are somebody who wants to have bulletproof hold, meaning that you want to have your hair slick back, you want to have really firm hold, you don't want this to move at all, you want it to stay in place, the wind can blow 800 miles an hour and nothing's going to move, then you have to go with Power Cream. Power Cream, and for all of you who use this, it's literally the strongest holding cream gel that I have. It's an incredible product in my crafted lineup. It's got really good ingredients for your hair, a nice smell to it, but this is a set it and forget it type of look. Now, I'm not going to apply this to the hair because I have another product I want to show you, because once I put this in, forget it. It's like I can't touch it. But the one thing I will say is that when you use this product, what you don't want to do is work it through your hands all the way, because it will literally become like crazy glue and it's way too late. What you need to do is work it in your hands where it's still very creamy. You want to make sure you still see the product and then start to work it in like so. Make sure you get these ends down into here. Make sure that you work it through, and then what's going to happen is once it sets in the hair and once you like where it's at, then don't touch it. It's going to dry and set in place. It's an amazing product if you don't want your hair to move. Then the next option that I have, and this is probably going to be one of my go-tos, is my crafted matte pomade. In my opinion, out of all the matte pomades I've used and what this does, it's truly an incredible product and one of the best that's out there. And what this does is it gives it like that next day lived in look. Like just say a bit gritty, a bit grimy, like you haven't maybe washed your hair in 2 or 3 days. It doesn't feel like that, but it gives it that really, really lived in look. So if you're somebody who wants to have that and you don't want your hair to look like it's freshly washed, then this is going to be the product for you. So I'm going to take a decent sized scoop and make sure that you always, always, always put the lid back on these, because it just preserves the product better. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and work it into your hands. Okay? And what I want you to do is really give it a good working in through your fingers as well. It's going to break down. You're going to feel, a little bit of grit, and then it's going to get a bit like light and creamy after you get, that's when you put it in the hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to work this in, and I'm definitely working throughout the sides and the back because these are the areas that have a tendency to, need that product. It's always thicker in the sides and the back, and that's why I'm targeting this area. Now I'm, once again, working this in, making sure all of this is worked through. And what's gonna happen is as you work this through, and this is actually gonna be better on, I would say, close to fully dry hair, because this really absorbs into the hair nicely. It's a really, really light, creamy type pomade. It gives, somewhat of a natural shine to the hair, and it just tames any sort of frizz, it tames any sort of flyaways. And what's great about this is as it dries, it just creates this like amazing type of texture. And you can see what we've done here is we've created, that hair flip. A lot of you guys want to have that hair flip, see those pieces coming out here. And this is just an incredible product for taming, for getting the hair to go back. If your hair's long enough, you can literally just tuck it behind the ears like so, right? And you're gonna get that kind of hair texture that you're looking for, a very lived in, softer type of feel. When this dries, it dries very, very nicely to the point where it's not like a super strong hold, but it just holds the hair in place, compared to the power cream is like a set it and forget it. You can take a hammer and a chisel, and that's the only way you're gonna get through it. But if you want, you have the option of extremely strong bulletproof hold. This is the second option I just did, which is the crafted matte pomade. And then what you can do as an added bonus is if you want to just try to hold this in place a little better, I've got my OG, the original locked hairspray from years ago. That's the matte finish hairspray. It's like that powdery type of spray. So I'm gonna spray it on like this, right? And it's all this is gonna do is just give the hair a light hold, very, very, very light texture, and a matte type of finish. And that's just gonna help give it a little bit of extra, light hold. If you wanna have more of a matte finish, then that's gonna be great. And that's pretty much how you do it. Now, as far as the haircut goes, I have dozens of videos on this particular haircut. The key to this is make sure that you have layers. If you want to have these flips in through here and this texture, if your hair isn't layered and it's all one length, you're only going to see them down and through here. In order to have this pieciness, this separation, these little hair flips, you need to have your hair layered, which starts anywhere around here. So when the hair travels this way, it travels the same distance going back this way. So you're gonna get those flips and that texture down and through here. Make sure your hair is long enough. If you want to purchase any of these products, you can actually purchase them right here. When you click on view products, they'll pop up. You can actually buy them right here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you want to see something like this and have something like this. Let me know if you enjoy this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.